Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
Throwback Thursday.
Shalom Israel, Shalom. It's your brother Joshua here with examples of the light with another quick breakdown. First and foremost, gotta give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah. Let's give all praise to the Heavenly Father in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world calls Jesus. Second, I'd like to give double honors to the others that have been pushing this truth with sincerity. Last but not least, another strong shalom to our brothers and sisters out there who are allowing their light to shine, that others might see their good works and glorify the Father which is in heaven. Like I said, Israel, it's your brother Joshua here, and we have another beautiful topic. Well, it's not a topic. This is, Throwback Thursday. You know what we're doing. We're talking about our forefathers or our foremothers so we can get the inspiration that they had left behind for us to follow after and do the things that they did that pleased the Lord. So Throwback Thursday, Israel, you know what time it is. Throwback Thursday, when we go into a beautiful story of our forefathers. We talked about Phineas. We got some other ones coming, but we're going to talk about the day, Susanna. Yes, Israel, we're going to talk about Susanna, which is in your Apocrypha. Get yourself an Apocrypha so you can hear about these beautiful stories, beautiful life-changing moments that happened to our people because they kept their faith in Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah. So before we do anything, we like to start off with 1 Peter 4 and 11. Let everybody know we're going to speak, thus says the Lord. This is 1 Peter 4 and 11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. So if we're gonna speak, thus says the Lord. That's how we always do it. That's how we always gonna do it. If any man minister, let him do it as the ability which God giveth. That God giveth, not man, that God giveth. That God in all things may be glorified through Jesus Christ, to whom we praise and dominion forever and ever. Oh man, we always gonna speak, thus says the Lord Israel, because we don't know nothing. So let me get another beautiful precept. Let's go to the book of Romans, chapter 15. We'll start at verse 4. It says, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience, what? Through patience, what? Through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So when you're going through your things, your different trials and tribulations, you go to the scriptures because these scriptures are for your patience and comfort. That word comfort. See that? Let's see. Do we want to do that? Let's see, Israel. Let Jake do that right there. Let's do that right quick. No. Our people like to, I don't know why it's on capitalized, not all caps, because our people like to forget. Look at this comfort, a state of physical ease and freedom from pain or constraint. You see that? Do you see that? Man, that's heavy, man. Don't you want to be comfort? To give strength and hope, to ease the grief or trouble. Man, some heavy, heavy definitions, Israel. Heavy definition. So remember, for whatsoever things were written aforetime, were written for our learning. You learn these things, man. You learn these things. You got to remember to learn these things, Israel. These things are going to make you a better Israelite in these last days, man. It's going to make you better. And if you don't want to be better, you should always strive to be better. One thing our people don't want to do is increase, man. You got to increase. You got to increase. That's what you want to do in these last days. Increase. I'm gonna say that again. What you want to do in these last days is increase, man. But our people, our people. But it's okay. It's okay. Let me finish reading this. It says, like Israel, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for your learning. Let me get another precept right quick. Just right quick. Just gonna pull another tab up, but we all right. We'll just do it like this. We'll throw it like this. Um, this is Proverbs 1 and 5. A wise man will hear and will increase learning. So you got to hear these things that you see, and it will help you increase your learning. And a man of understanding shall attend unto wise counsel. So that's what you're getting when you hear these scriptures. Wise counsel. This is your counsel right here. If you go to psychiatrists, I mean, I guess a lot of people do that. If they ain't give you thus says the Lord as your, you know, the tool to help you, better reconsider. Worldly advice is, but you want to get these words right here. For whatsoever thing was written aforetime were written for your learning. So remember, it's for your learning that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. Don't you want to have hope, man? Don't you want to have hope, man? Hope is what you deserve in these last days. You should desire after hope. The Lord has given us the ability to believe certain things that we may see, and that's what hope is, believing. And if you don't believe, man, first you got to have faith, man. Do you have faith? That's the question. See, we have to have faith in these last days, man, but our people don't get it, man. Let's get that right. But then we'll jump into this beautiful, beautiful story, man. Where we at? Okay, come on, Israel. Uno for my Issachar and Manasseh and Ephraim brothers. This is Hebrews 11 and 1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for. Hope for, man. The substance of things hoped for. I mean, you see, you got to hope for faith, man. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So you don't see it. You don't see it. You don't see it. But Israel, you got to know is there. And that's one thing our people don't do, slack Israel. That's one thing our people don't do. They have faith in everything else besides the Most High God. I'm gonna say that one more time. Our people have faith in everything else except the Most High God. And that's crazy when you sit back and actually think of that thing. When you sit back and actually think of it, it's crazy. Our people have hope in the wrong things. Hope in the wrong things, man. Crazy. For by it the elders, our forefathers and foremothers, attained a good report. So having faith, you attain a good report. Through faith, we understand that the world was framed by the word of God, so that the things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. So you can't see what created the world. It says, by faith, Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous. God testified of his gift, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. How did that work? Another topic for another day. And by faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found because God had translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased God. He pleased Yahweh, man. You want to always please the Most High God. It says this right here, verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. How can you please him if you don't believe in him? For he that cometh to God must believe that he is. You got to believe that he is. And that he is a rewarder of them that diligently. And what? Diligently. And what? Diligently seek him. You got to diligently seek the Lord, man. But you can't please him without faith. And that's one thing our people need is faith. Let me get one more. Israel, let me get one more. Jake be going off. If I can find it. Let's see. Uh, this one. What y'all done? Okay, here we go. I'm in the wrong chapter. Now we got it. This is Romans 8 and verse 24. It says, for we are saved by hope. What we saved by hope? Faith. But hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why do he yet hope for? If you can see it, why are you hoping for it? I got hope he come save me. I don't see him right now, but I know he's up there with his father on the right hand side because Yahweh Shai and Yahweh are two different beings. People like think they're the same person. We'll do a topic on that too, Lord's will. It says, but if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. See? Hope. So these scriptures give you hope, man. And when we read these different books and chapters and learn from our forefathers and foremothers, we get a beautiful understanding what they went through that we are going to go through that we can learn for an example for us. I got one more. Jake always got one more. He always, can we get into the topic? Damn, Josh. I'm over here sitting here waiting for you to talk about Susanna. And then nigga over here still bringing out precepts. Brother, patience. See that? We ain't even got patience for the truth, boy. Boy, that's some craziness. What they say? Uh what how they say it? That's crazy work. That's the new thing they say now. This is I know I just think that's it where I'm at right now. Nope, here you go. Verse 11. This is First Corinthians 10 and verse 11. It said, now all these things happen unto them for examples. These things happen for examples, and they are written for our admonition, for our learning. These things are written for your learning, Israel, upon whom the ends of the world are coming. Guess what? We are living in the end of the world. With no further ado, let's get into the book of Susanna. About time, nigga. Dang, we've been waiting forever. Damn, you over here bringing out different precepts and stuff. I'm ready to talk about Susanna. Calm down, Jake. Calm down. Story time. Well, which is Throwback Thursday, though. But it's a beautiful story, though. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful story. This is the book of Susanna, which is in your apocrypha. Israel, get yourself an apocrypha. Always have yourself an apocrypha. I always make a joke with my grandmother. Quick one. She always be like, you always tell everybody to get an apocrypha, and your apocrypha are raggedy. I said, Grandma, it is, but she said, you got duct tape and everything on it? I said, Grandma, that's how you know you've been using it. But I laugh with her because she know. So like, yeah, let me grab this right quick. She know that I keep other ones with me. Just in case I keep other ones. Jake buy himself apocryphas. He buy himself Bibles. He stay with them just in case that one falls apart and I ain't got no tape or glue. We're gonna do what it do. But anyways, this is the book of Susanna. It's only one chapter. Chapter 1, verse 1. It said, there dwelt a man in Babylon called Joachim. It says, and he took a wife whose name was Susanna, the daughter of Chalces, a very fair woman and one that feared the Lord. So this woman was beautiful. and she feared the Lord. So not only is she beautiful, she feared Yahweh by Hashem Yahusha. Hey, that's what we need in these last days. Jake just want to go after eye candy, and then she dumb as a damn. I got a precept I gotta get now. Dumb as a damn doorknob. This is the book. You gotta deal with stuff like this, Israel. You gotta deal with it. I wasn't gonna do it, but I gotta go to it now. It just came to my head just now. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 7. Let's see where I want. Uh, Up at the top, right quick. I'm shooting off the hip, Israel. I was just thinking, and then that gave me a precept. Yeah, Jake can find it. Probably looking past it right now. This is chapter 7 and verse uh, where is that? Come on, man. Here we go. All praise to the Most High God. It says, I'm going to start to get the point. This is Sirach chapter 7 and verse 26. Hast thou a wife after thy mind? So if you want a wife after your mind, you got to find one. And it's a question, do you have a wife after your mind? Forsake her not. It says, do not forsake your wife if she's after your mind. Like you got a Israelite woman, and she's in this truth, and she's willing to continue to walk faithful, keep the commandments, pray fast, do the things pleasing Yahweh's sight so she could please her husband. Keep that woman. But give not thyself over to a light woman. What is that? An airhead. A woman that has no type of common sense. The Bible says don't give yourself over to a bird brain, in the words of my brother. An airhead, a dummy. Don't give yourself over to an ignorant woman, man. But this woman, Susanna, she was what? Beautiful and feared God. That's a beautiful thing, Israel. Verse 3, Susanna 1 and 3. Her parents also were righteous. Well, her parents was righteous and taught their daughter according to the law of Moses. So she had righteous parents, which she is keeping the commandments. We'll get that. And they taught their daughter. Because that's what the Bible say. Teach your daughter. I get both of those in Deuteronomy. I ain't got to go too far. Deuteronomy 6, and they both in the same chapter. Nah, it's in the same chapter. It's the next chapter, but we got it. This is Deuteronomy 6 and verse 25. And it says, and it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God as he commanded us. So being righteous is keeping the commandments. So her mother and father were righteous, and they taught their daughter to do the same thing, and that's keep the commandments. According to the Bible, this is Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse, like it, come on. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse, here we at. Little 6, Israel, Jake going off. Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 7. Got it backwards. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in the house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. You should teach your children what? What is that saying, teach your children? It's teaching your children what? To observe the commandments. Observe these commandments. These commandments you are supposed to teach your children. These are the commandments. Now, these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which the Lord your God commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land whether you go to possess it. Deuteronomy 6 and 1 gives you the context of the whole context of this chapter. Keeping the commandments. And look, this is what you do. And then look, verse 7. and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children. And that's what he and his wife did. They taught their children. It's a topic on YouTube right now, Israel, saying train up your children. And it's going into basically teaching your children the commandments instead of teaching them the world, man. Teach them the commandments. Back to Susanna. It says, verse 3 again, her parents also were righteous and taught their daughter according to the law of Moses, taught the commandments. Now Jochim was a great rich man and had a fair garden joined unto his house, and to him resorted the Jews because he was more honorable than all others. So she not only is this woman a woman that feared the Lord, she got a husband that's a rich man, and everybody know him because he's honorable among all people, man. You see that? She got a good husband, a good man, a good man. Now, now it's a good woman with a good man. Let's see if I can find that right quick. Let's get that precept. See all the stuff I'm shooting off the top, Israel, because when you read it again, you get precepts that come to your head. I was just gonna read. I got some that I remembered in my head, but some other ones, they just they come later. This is let me make sure this is what I want. Bear with your brother, Israel. Bear with your brother. All right. This is Sirach 26 and 23. It says, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. See that? A wicked man is going to be with a wicked woman. But a godly woman is given to him that fear the Lord. You see how beautiful that is? So this guy, Jochim, was a godly man because he got a godly woman. You see that? The Lord is amazing, man. He's amazing. Why would he give? Oh, look at Abigail and Naboth. Got rid of him, and David ended up with him. David got Abigail because her husband was a wicked Negro. So the Lord would do that, man. Let's go back. Verse 5. You know how we do it, man. We're gonna take our time with these precepts, Israel. We're gonna get it in, and we're gonna get you some understanding. It's a beautiful story, though. The same year were appointed two of the ancients of the people to be judges, such as the Lord spake of that wickedness came from Babylon, from the ancient judges, who seemed to govern the people. So we got wicked, ancient Babylonian elders to govern over our people. Is that what the Lord commanded in the book of Deuteronomy? No, we're supposed to be the judges. We are supposed to be the judges, but Jake just like to go off and give the authority to everybody else. This is Deuteronomy 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side of Jordan. So who is he speaking with? Israel. I'm jump down to verse 16. Verse 16. And it says, and I charge your judges at that time, saying, hear the cause between your brethren, and judge righteously between every man and his brother, and the stranger that is with him, Salakia. So the judges are who? The Israelites. Ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is God's, and the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. So this was for the Israelites. We are the judges, but we got Babylonian wicked judges, old as elders, wicked as hell, wicked, plain wicked, man, plain wicked, man, plain wicked, man. You'll see how wicked they are. Verse 6. These kept much at Jochim's house, and all that had any suit in law came unto them. So you got to come to these wicked Babylonian elders. Now remember, Jocham's house is like where everybody go to meet for the suits. Verse 7. Now when the people departed away at noon, Susanna went into her husband's garden to walk. So now let you know, her garden is not literally outside. It's outside, but he got it attached to the house. And it's a room. So everybody leaves out of the garden, and now she's in there. She thinking she's alone because she see everybody leave. But let's see what happens. And the two elders saw her going in every day and walking, so that their lust inflamed towards her. So these Negroes had some lust on them. They had that lust demon on them. They already pervert. They just going off, man. Perverts. Old ass freaky perverts, man. It says freaks and creeps, man. And they perverted their own mind and turned away their eyes that they might not look unto heaven nor remember just judgment. So they going off. They know this woman, man. They know this woman is married and they going off. They going off, man. Going like look at this. They know she's married. And they still going off. Hey, that's crazy work, man. Crazy work. And that's sad because he thinking everybody's cool, but these guys got their lust inflamed to this man's wife, man. And that's crazy, man. Hey, that's crazy. Let's see something. Let's see something right quick. Let's get Matthew chapter 5. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're gonna find it anyways, Israel. Matthew 5 and verse 27. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old times, thou shalt not commit adultery. They ain't commit adultery, Josh. They're just looking at her. Let's see. But let's see what Jesus said. But I say unto you, verse 28, that whosoever look on a woman to lust after her have committed adultery with her already in his heart. Man, these guys commit adultery because they thinking about how they can get off on this woman. Madness. What I said. We're gonna listen to Yahusha. So that goes for you brothers out there and you sisters out there too, if you didn't know. I got a topic coming. It's called Whores Envy Righteous Women. Yeah, Israel. If you didn't know, whores envy righteous women. And women don't understand the clothes that you put on is a spirit that's attached to it. Like you can have a man in a spirit, but a girl come out with a butt showing. That brother gonna look at, natural instincts. Oh, dang. And now he got a spirit on him. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta be mindful of things you wear. But this woman was in order. These just were some old freaks, man. Old creepy freaks, man. Let's go to verse 10. And it says, now be it they both were wounded with her love. These boys going, oh, that love, that lust, get them, man. They let that lust get them. Let's get a precept on that. Lust was killing these guys, man. Literally. Literally. This is Ecclesiasticus, known as Sirach, chapter 18. And we're going to start at 30. It says, go not after thy lust. The Bible tells you that. Don't go after your lust, man. Don't go after your lust, but refrain thyself from thy appetite. And this is talking about a Debbie cake from Little Debbie. Is this talking about some ice cream from Baskin Robbins? Is it Baskin Robbins still? I don't know. Is it talking about desserts? No, it's not. It's talking about what you feel. Don't let that lust get you killed. What you feel, don't let that lust get you killed, man. Don't let that lust get you killed, man. Hey, let's get another one. Um, get the book of James, chapter 1, and we'll get verse 12. It says, blessed is the man that enduring temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised unto them that love him. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man. But how can a man get tempted? But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. So your lust entices you. We just read that go not after your lust, or don't get enticed by your appetite, but deny yourself from that thing. It says, but every man is tempted when he's drawn away from his own lust and enticed. You do not want to be enticed, Israel. Then when lust have conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. So you go and do the act. Don't act on it, man. Don't even think about it. You got to get that thing out your head. You have to snap your fingers like, hey, remove that thought. Don't act on it. It says, bring forth death, because the wages of sin is death. Do not err, my beloved brother. It's warning you. Do not go off. Do not err from that thing. And guess what? These so-called elders of these Babylonians are gonna err. It says, for this is back to Susanna 1 and verse 11. For they were ashamed to declare their lust. No, I would start right 10. And albeit they both were wounded with her love, yet draws not one show another his grief. It says, for they were ashamed to declare their lust that they desired to have to do with her. Now they don't want to, now they can't even tell you what they want to, now they freaking out. Oh my God, I'm really losing my mind. I really want to do something. Losing their damn mind, thinking about what they want to do to this married, married woman. Hey, Israel better think about that thing, man. Messing with a married woman. Boy, and there's a lot to go on with that, man. Verse 12. Yet they watch diligently from day to day to see her. So now they watching to see her routine. Creeps and freaks. Watching daily to see her routine and what she doing, man. I gotta see when she get in there, when she go out, who comes in to visit her. Nobody. Okay, they what they call that, what military do? Recon. They spying. So they can get a feel of what the people are doing. So when they go in and go desire her, nobody gonna be there. That's almost like what you see now with brothers that's talking to somebody else woman. They go outside the house, watch and see what time he go to work and what time he go to lunch or what time he got to get off work, and they go over to the man's house and sleep with his wife. Bad. That is bad. That is not cool, man. Sleeping with another man. Hey, we're gonna do a topic on adultery, man. That's some wicked stuff, man. Wicked. Wicked. That's a wicked, man. Verse 13. And the one said to another, let us now go home, for it is dinner time. So now they want to eat after feeding for in the damn garden. Creeps. So when they were gone out, they parted the one from another. And turning back again, they came to the same place. And after that had asked one another the cause, they acknowledged their lust. Then appointed they a time both together when they might find her alone. So he said, "All right, bro, I'll catch you later. I'm about to go home. It's dinner time." He said, "All right, man, I'll catch you later." And they tiptoe out, but then they turn back and be like, "What you doing? I thought you left. I thought you left." Yeah, man, I'm feeling for this girl. Me too. So what we're gonna do is let's come up with a plan of how we can get her along so we can finally get what we want from her. Man, that's some wicked stuff. Even just like how you see that in the book, I believe it's with Kings. I gotta see how David's son did that to his sister. He was fiending for her, fiending for her, fiending for her, and got and slept with her. And then after he slept with her, get away from me. Because he had that lust demon on him. And you going off anyways. That's your sister, you creep. People are, hey, verse 15, Israel. Verse 15. It says, and it fell out as they watched a fit time, she went in as before, with two maids only, and she was desirous to wash herself in the garden, for it was hot. So she want to take a bath in the garden. It's her garden. Why she can't? And there was nobody there save me except the two elders that had hid themselves. Oh, look at these creeps hiding themselves and watched her. To her maids, bring me oil and washing balls and shut the garden doors. So let you know they had it was attached to the house because it had what? Doors. She wasn't just out in the backyard washing herself butt naked and letting people freak off and see it. No, she was a woman that feared the Lord and knew her body was only for her husband. Yeah. That hey, yeah. That I may wash me. Verse 18. So like, yeah, what up? Um, and they did as she begged them, and shut the garden doors, and went out themselves at privily doors to fetch the things that she had commanded them, but they saw not the elders because they were hid. Creeps and freaks hiding, man. 19. Now when the maid were going forth, the two elders rose up and ran unto her, saying, behold, the garden doors are shut, that no man can see us. So that's how you know she was in her own little area, that nobody could see her, because she was in the backyard and could see us, and we are in love with thee. Them people was in lust, in lust, in lust. And that's what a lot of people be nowadays too, man. You think you're in love with a woman, or you think you're in love with a man, you just in lust with them, man. You don't even know nothing about them. Your creepy self just want to freak off and have sex, man. Hey, pay attention to the story, man. There's a lot of people walking around with that demon on them, that lust, freaky demon that's waiting to attack you, and you just giving it all the ammunition, man, because you keep feeding the flesh. You just keep feeding the flesh. Just keep feeding the flesh. It says that no man can see us, and we are in love with thee. Therefore, consent unto us and lie with us. So they want to run a train on this girl, man. And they talking about consent with us because they try not to be wicked by saying if you just sleep with us, it won't be adultery because you consented. Well, it will be adultery because you still sleep with a married woman, but they ain't want to be accused of rape. Let's get the law. Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 22. Come on, Josh. Some good stuff, Israel, man. You learning about your forefathers and foremothers. This is Deuteronomy 22 and verse 22. I do it like this. It says, if a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband, if a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lied with the woman and the woman. So thou shalt put away evil from Israel, because that's an evil thing. Adultery is evil. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed, so not only, look at this heavy it is. If a damsel that is a virgin betrothed, engaged unto a husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of the city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel because she cried not, being in the city, and the man because he had humbled his neighbor's wife. So shall thy put away evil from among you. So you kill them even if a woman is promised to a man. And he still sleep with her and she sleep with him. And she go get down because she ain't scream out for help. Now here's the point. But if a man find a betrothed damsel, a married woman or a promised woman in the field, and the man force her, this is rape, and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. But unto the damsel thou shalt not do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man rises against his neighbor and slay him, even so is this matter. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. See that? So that's rape. God don't deal with rape. You rape a woman, hey, the Lord's gonna put you out, man. No rape, no adultery, none of that nonsense. So don't be. So that's what happened. That's why these elders think they was slick. They ain't slick. They ain't slick. Back to 20 again. We'll read 20 again, cuz so we get the point. No, we just read. And it says, Behold, the garden doors are shut, that no man can see us, and we are in love with thee. Therefore, consent, give us permission, wicked ass people, unto us and lie with us. But you're still going on because she married. Crazy. If thou would not, we will bear witness against thee that a young man was with thee, and therefore thou didst send away the maids from thee. So they're going to be like, hey, if you don't sleep with us, we're going to lie. We're going to lie and say, hey, it was a young man in here, and that's why she told the maids to get out. We're going to lie on you. So either you sleep with us or we lie on you. Which one you going to choose? Which one you going to choose? What Susanna did. Then Susanna sighed. God dang. And said, I am straitened on every side. For if I do this thing, it is death unto me. She knew if she committed adultery, it'd be death unto her because she knew the law. And if I do it not, I cannot escape your hands because they the judges. They judge the matters. They let people go. They let people stay. They let people live. They control. See that? Wickedness. Verse 23. It is better for me to fall into your hands and not do it than to sin in the sight of the Lord. How many women you know would have been like, oh my God, what? Okay, so you ain't gonna tell nobody, right? Boy, hey, that just so you got to know what kind of woman you with, man. That's why I said she feared God. You want a woman to fear the Most High God, man. She feared the Lord, so she said, "Hey, man, I don't give a damn. The Lord will deliver me, man." That's some heavy stuff. With that, Susanna cried. So what she did, she cried, so she screamed out. She didn't just keep quiet. She screamed out because she knew the law. With a loud voice, and the two elders cried against her. Some wicked ass elders, man. Then ran the one and opened the garden door. So he trying to run to the door to seem like he an innocent man. Wicked ass Babylonians. See why we can't have other nations ahead of us, man? We got to do things in righteous order. So when the servants of the house heard the cry in the garden, they rushed in at the private door to see what was done unto her. She had security. But when the elders had declared this matter, the servants was greatly ashamed. They was ashamed because what? For there was never such a report made of Susanna. Susanna had a good report. No, why? Because she had a good name. Let's get that. She had a good name, man. This woman had a hell of a name because she was in order. Order, Israel. Can you say order? She was in order. This is Proverbs 22 and verse 1. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and love and favor rather than silver and gold. She had a good name. Not Susanna. She could have never done nothing like this because her name, her actions, what she done, she feared the Lord. So that's what they was saying. Not Susanna. It says, but when the elders had, verse 27 of Susanna 1 and 27, but when the elders had declared this matter, the servants were greatly ashamed, for there was never such a report made of Susanna. No reports was ever made of her. It's like in Judah, man. Nobody could gainsay what she said because she never had no reports made of her. They always, hey, these women y'all hear about in the Bible, some different type of women, man. And it came to pass the next day when the people were assembled to her husband's Joachim, the two elders came also full of mischief, imaginations against Susanna to put her to death. You can't do that, man. You cannot do that. They bared false witness and they're trying to put an innocent person to death. You can't do that. Let's get that in Exodus 23. You cannot do that. This is Exodus 23. We'll start at 1. Thou shalt not raise a false report. Put not thy hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. Though you shouldn't do that, man. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. And that's what Israel do in the council. They follow these damn wicked ass elders to do evil. Neither shall thou speak in a cause to decline after many that rest the judgment. Let's jump to verse 7. Keep thee far from a false matter, and the innocent and righteous slay thou not. You can't kill a righteous person. That ain't do nothing. For I will not justify the wicked. The Lord will not justify the wicked, man. And you trying to put a righteous person down with your false witness, bearing false witness? Madness, Israel. Look at this. And it came to pass again for Susanna 1 and 28. Came to pass the next day when the people were assembled to her, Joachim, her husband Joachim, to the two elders came also full of mischief, imaginations against Susanna to put her to death. False allegations to put her to death, and you cannot put an innocent person to death. And it said before the people, send for Susanna, the daughter of Joustin, Joachim's wife, and so they sent. So she came with her father and mother, her children, and all her kindred. Came with the whole family out. Now Susanna was a very delicate woman, a beauteous to behold. So she was very beautiful, man. This woman was very beautiful, man. And these wicked men commanded to uncover her face, for she was covered that they might be filled with her beauty. Still freaking out, still lusting after her, man. Still lusting after her. Still lusting. Hey, still lusting after this woman. You ought to put her to death because you still lusting after her. That's madness, Israel, when you sit back and think about it. Still lusting after her. Still lusting, freaking off in their minds. Yeah, uncover her, uncover her. You want to see her beauty. And you about to kill her. You about to kill this woman. And you still lusting after her. Think about that for a second, Israel. Sit back and think. How would you react in this situation if you was a woman? How? 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 They freaking out. How? How could you even react? She was that beautiful, man. The Bible teaches you not to fall for the beauty of a woman like that. I mean, it's good to have a beautiful woman, but not to lose your mind over it. Because you might not get what you want. Beauty, we read. Oh, that's an I get that in Judah too if I can find it. I gotta find it. This is on Sirach 25. And let's see where I want to go. It says 21. Sirach 25 and 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. And that's what they was doing, man. They was stumbling at her beauty and desiring her pleasure. And the Lord said, don't do that thing, man. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that, Israel. Verse 32, and these wicked men commanded to uncover her face, for she was covered, that they might be filled with her beauty. Therefore her friends and all that saw her wept. Then the two elders stood up in the midst of the people and laid their hands upon her head. And she, weeping, looking up towards heaven, for her heart trusted in the Lord. What her heart did? Trusted in the Lord. She ain't trusting man. She trusted in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh. Let's get that quick precept right quick. Quick precept. Quick. Let's get it quickly. Be quick in my Bible, but I want to show you on screen, man. Who don't want to show people on screen so they can see what they reading? Some good stuff right here, man. Is here we go. This is Jeremiah 17 and 7. Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord and whose hope the Lord is. So blessed is the man or woman who trusted in the Lord. She trusted in the Lord, man. She trusted in the Lord, man. Verse 35 again, Susanna 135. And she weep and looked up towards heaven, for her heart trusted in the Lord, and she trusted in Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. And the elders said, as we walked in the garden alone, this woman came in with two maids and shut the garden doors and sent the maids away. Then a young man who there was hid came unto her and lied with her. So now they bearing false witness and she committed adultery. Then we that stood in a corner of the garden. Why are you in the corner? Why are you in the corner, you creep? Saying this wickedness ran unto them. And when we saw them together, the man would, it's like it, the man we could not hold, for he was stronger than we, and opened the door and leaped out. But he taken this woman, but have taken this woman, we asked who the young man was, but she would not tell us. These things do we testify. This thing we telling us the truth. So they lying. Then the assembly believed them as those that were the elders and judges of the people. See, she already knew they was gonna believe them because that's why she said, I'm torn between the two, man. So they condemned her to death. They condemned her to death after just hearing what they said, man. Condemned her to death. Madness. And that's your people, Israel. That's your people. Let's get Sirach again. 11. Sirach 11 and verse 7. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first, then rebuke. See that? Understand, they didn't examine the whole situation. They just took the damn elders. Word, verse 42. Then Susanna cried out with a loud voice and said, O everlasting God, that knowest the secrets and knowest all things before they be. He know things before they be. Thou knowest that they have borne false witness against me, and behold, I must die, whereas I never did such things as these men have maliciously invented against me. And the Lord heard her voice. What the Lord did? Heard her voice. Immediately heard her voice. You cry to the Lord to save you, he will save you immediately. This is one of my favorite precepts on the Lord, saving you immediately. This is Matthew chapter 14. Let's get the precept. 14. Verse 30, Matthew 14:30. But when he saw the wind, this is when Jesus was on the water walking, and he called Peter to come out there. And Peter was walking on water, but then what happened? But when he saw the winds boisterous, he was afraid and began to sink. He cried, saying, Lord, save me. So just like Susanna said, she said, Lord, save me. And what happened? And immediately, no, not 10 minutes later, immediately, fast, fast, and immediately, highlight that so you can see it. Immediately, at once, instantly, without any intervening time or space, quickly. What did I say? Now, immediately, and immediately, Jesus stretched forth his hands and caught him and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? And that's something we have to think about every day. I know I do, Israel. Jake be getting in his little mind. I gotta gather my mind sometimes. Lord's will, I have a story I want to tell you about me, a testimony to the Most High God being there always for me, and I still, be having that flesh to try to rise up on me. Lord's will, I'll bring it out one of these days. It's a testimony how the Lord brought me through uh, 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 a beautiful experience to make me a better man, to show me that, hey, I got work to do out here, and that's Lord's will. That's why you haven't seen me on YouTube in a minute. I was out. And when I was still on YouTube, I still was suffering from whatever I was suffering from. So those will I bring that out soon. But this is what we have to read so we can have comfort and hope. So when I be doing these topics, it's just not for y'all, they for me as well. And immediately Jesus stretched forth his hands and caught him and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? Why did you doubt? Does Susanna doubt? Let's see. Verse 43 again, thou knowest that they have borne false witness against me. And behold, I must die, whereas I never did such things as these men has maliciously admitted against me. And the Lord heard her voice, heard her voice. Therefore, when she was led to be put to death, the Lord raised up the Holy Spirit of a young youth whose name was Daniel. So the Lord put the spirit on Daniel and said, hey, I object. Cried with a loud voice, I am clear from the blood of this woman. Just like we read, man. Hey, don't slay the innocent to death. He said, I'm clear from this blood, man. Y'all putting the wrong person to death. Then all the people turned them toward him and said, what mean these words that thou hast spoken? What you talking about, Daniel? So he standing in the midst of them said, are ye such fools, ye sons of Israel, that without examination or knowledge of the truth, ye have condemned a daughter of Israel? You just gonna put her to death without even examining the situation, man. Y'all gonna believe these wicked Babylonians? Mm. Return again to the place of judgment, for they have borne false witness against her. Okay. Wherefore all the people turned again in haste, and the elders said unto him, come sit down among us. And the elders said, come sit down among us. And show it us, seeing God have given thee the honor of an elder. So God can give you the honor of an elder with that Holy Spirit, with that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Let's get that right quick in Wisdom of Solomon to show you guys that. With this wisdom, the Lord can give you. I got a precept, but it's not the one I really wanted. I can't find the one I really want. I got to look for it. But I ain't doing that right now. I do that, Lord's will later. But this is a good one too, though. This is Wisdom of Solomon 8 and verse 10. Well, I'm gonna start at one so you get understanding. It says, wisdom reacheth from one end to another mightily, and sweetly do she order all things. It's talking about wisdom. The context is wisdom. Verse 10, it says, for her sake I shall have estimation among the elders, and honor with the elders, though I be young. And that was Daniel. He was young. They said a young youth. But that wisdom, that Holy Spirit the Lord put upon him, made him sit among the elders so he could declare the matter. Verse 51. Then said Daniel unto them, put these two aside, one far from another, and I will examine them. So he said, put them in separate rooms. We get the interrogation room from. Yeah, everything comes from the Bible, man. Everything comes from the Bible. You put them in this room, I put them in this room, and I'm gonna go examine them both. Yeah, your buddy done told on you. What, he did? Yeah. Yeah, he said it was you that actually did it. But no, it was actually Tyrone and them. See, get you to snitch on your boy. So when they were put asunder, one from another, he called one of them and said unto him, O thou that art waxen old in wickedness, now thy sins which thou hast committed aforetime are come to the light. Everything that is done in the dark, Israel, is coming to the light. Luke 8 and verse 16, well, 17 actually. Luke 8 and verse 17. And it says, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. It's going to come to pass. You're going to see what's done in the dark comes to light always, Israel. Always. Verse 53. For thou hast pronounced false judgment and has condemned the innocent and has let the guilty go free. Albeit the Lord said, the innocent and the righteous shall not slay, shall thou not slay, Salakia. Now then, if thou hast seen her, tell me under what tree sawest thou them companying together? Who answered, under a mystic tree. So you saw them under a mystic tree? Okay. Okay, that's what you saw him under. Okay. And Daniel said, very well, thou hast lied against thy own head. For even now the angel of God have received the sentence of God to cut thee in two. Cut your ass in half, man. To put him, so he put him aside and commanded to bring the other and said unto him, O thou seed of Canaan, and not of Judah, beauty hath deceived thee, and lust hath perverted thy heart. See, beauty has deceived thee, and lust has perverted thy heart. Boy, we just read that. People like that beauty to trick them. This is the book of Sirach, which is all my precepts coming from basically right now. Is it 801? Which one I was looking for? Oh, 9. Almost forgot that fast, Israel. Sirach 9. Um, can I get the point? Let me just get the point. Sirach 9 and 8. Turn away thy eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of the woman. For herewith love is kindled as a fire. And love is kindled as a fire. Don't be going on doing that, Israel. Verse 57. Thus have ye dealt with the daughters of Israel, and they for fear company with you. But the daughters of Judah will not abide your wickedness. So you did that to the Israel, the northern kingdom, but you can't do that with the southern kingdom. We stopping that thing now. Now therefore tell me, under what tree did thou take them company together? Who answered, under a hollow tree. So now you lying. Now you lying. Y'all stories don't add up. Then said Daniel unto him, well, thou hast also lied against thy own head, for the angel of God waiteth with thee, waiteth with the sword to cut thee in two, that he may destroy you. You get killed for bearing false witness, man. You know how many people bear false witness against Yahweh Shah, man? You know how many people bear false witness against the Lord? And they all gonna be put to death. With that, all the assembly cried out with a loud voice and praised God who saveth them that trust in him. What happens? Praise God who saveth them that trust in him. You got to trust in Yahweh, man. He'll save you if you trust in him. Without faith, it is hard to please him. Because if you come into the Lord, you must know that he is, and he's a rewarder to them that diligently seek him. Hebrews 11 and verse 6. You got to remember that. These things you got to remember in your head, man. And they arose against the two elders, for Daniel had convicted them of false witness by their own mouths. And according to the law of Moses, they did unto them in such sort as they maliciously intended to do to their neighbor. And they put them to death. Thus their innocent blood was saved the same day. Beautiful stuff, man. Therefore, Chelsea and his wife praised God for their daughter, Susanna, with Joachim, her husband. Her husband. Imagine being a husband hearing allegations of your wife, but you know that you got a woman after your mind. Like we read. We know that we got a woman after our mind. So I'm not worried, man, because he knew she'd do him good and not evil, man. We'll get that precept. Because there was no dishonesty in her husband and all her kindred, because there was no dishonesty found in her. She was not a dishonest woman. Let me get that precept right quick, showing that she would do her husband evil. That's why he couldn't. One minute, Ecclesiastes, Proverbs 31. She will do him good and not evil. Where is that at? Verse 11. I start at 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? And that's what Susanna is. Susanna was. Susanna still is. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband do safely trust in her. He trusts in her so that he shall have no need of spoil. He's not going to be worried about what goes on, like how Susanna's husband wasn't worried. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. See how beautiful that is, Israel? She'll do him good, not evil, all the days of her life. So that's why he wasn't worried. From that day forth was Daniel had in great reputation in the sight of the people. Man, that's a beautiful story, Israel. Because you see, man, you see what kind of woman she is. She was. She is still. It's one of my favorite precepts right here. Proverbs 31 and verse 29. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou exceedest them all. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. But a woman that feared the Lord, she shall be praised. So, Israel, I hope you learned something new from this beautiful, beautiful Throwback Thursday topic on our sister, our foremother, Susanna. Beautiful story, man. Beautiful story. And one thing you still got to always remember, man, just keep on remembering this. Amen. I think I should find that one in Judah. If I can find it in Judah, let me see, because Jake, I be getting the precepts, but then I be, yeah, I could use it, but I just get the one I want to get. This is Romans. Remember Romans, Israel. Remember always. Remember Romans. 15 and verse 4, because we learned these things for our forefathers and foremothers. Romans 15 and 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. So remember these things, Israel. This is for your learning. And remember, a wise man will hear and increase learning. And this is what you want to do. Increase your learning so you can learn from your forefather. Because they can teach us. Because let me get that. Let me get that. Let me get that. Let me get that right quick. And that's it. No, it's not, Josh. You're gonna keep going. Because you always do that. Always say that's it. And next thing you know, here comes another precept. Plus another precept. Plus another precept. Calm down. This is Job 8 and 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers, your forefathers. For we are but of yesterday and knoweth nothing. We don't know nothing because our days upon earth are a shadow. Shall not they teach thee and tell thee in other words out of their heart? So they're going to teach us, man. How they teaching us? Through the precepts, man. So Israel, I'm so glad you could join your brother Dave with another beautiful, beautiful, beautiful topic, man. Throwback Thursday. Pray that you learn something new, and what you learn, you apply it to your everyday life. Pray that you stand strong in these last days. Keep the faith and the commandments to the best of your ability. Try, Israel. Try your best to offend less. And until next time, Shalom.